In this lesson, we're gonna continue to talk about the basics in Adobe After Effects. We're gonna talk about the composition and also about the layer panel, where we can work more with the various layers that we use. And we're gonna also see how we can work with more precision using grids and margins and rulers and guides. So just to show you the previous lesson right here, in the previous lesson, we talked about how to work with transformation, so move, rotate, and scale, and also how to start to animate our um, movements. And in this case, I animated the opacity right here. And we also talk about all these tools that we have in the composition toolbar. So we're going to continue, and this time I want to start a new project. It's just going to be our lesson 6 of our course by going not into the import, but instead using Browse in Bridge. Now, Bridge is another Adobe application that usually comes with any of the Adobe products. So you can use it with Photoshop, or you can use it like for Premiere Pro, or in this case, After Effects. So how does it work? It's a little application that has different types of interfaces, and it basically works like window. So you can navigate into your files that are stored in your computer, or that you can store into libraries, and you have like different information like the size or the uh, well, you can also change here the output. And you see here, if I select this image, it's going to give me some information about like the f-stop, the ISO, and the file size. So kind of, more into that in-depth information about the color, RGB, color depth, bit depth, and so on. So I can select files from here. If I want, I can create my libraries. So you can see I created a library here with the JPEG from another lesson, and something that I got from the Adobe Stock. So Adobe Stock, it's kind of a marketplace where you can search, find, download, and buy stuff. And you can access that from the Creative Cloud application. So this is Creative Cloud desktop version. And if you click here, you can get into the Stock and Marketplace area. Now, you can find here illustration videos, photos, 3D, a lot of stuff like templates also. So if you click anywhere here, it's gonna bring you to the web site, and you need to access with your account, and then here you can like search and find something that you like. Now you have filters here. I've dedicated another guide to this topic, so you can find it in the channel. But basically, again, you find anything here like motion graphics and Premiere Pro, or you can filter and look for After Effects templates and stuff you can use, or preset that you can customize, and so on. So if you want some of these, you just click, and some of these are free, some of these you need to buy, and depends on the asset that you want to get. But essentially, when you like something, you can download the free version, or you can create an account, like a paid account. Let me show you something else here. I'm gonna go to everything. So let's go like to videos, and let's go like space, and let's say I wanna have this one here. So you can either download it, or you can click on the save in library. So when you save this in the library, you can also manage from here. You can set the library. So I want to bring it into the After Effects library, and okay, or I can create new libraries. And once I do that, that's gonna go here into the libraries in Adobe Bridge. So if I double click, I can bring it into After Effects. So you can either get your content from the internet and Adobe Stock, or you can get it from your machines, from your computer. So for example, this is my folder here, which is the photo folder. So I can select these pictures right here, multiple pictures like this. If I hold Control or Alt Shift, I can select multiple picture, or deselect. Holding Control, I can select deselect. And let me just get like, I don't know, like 8 pictures. And once I'm ready, I can open them into After Effects. I can right click here and just open, or open with if I want to select a specific software. And here they are in After Effects. So everything I selected into Adobe Bridge is now into my file here. Now, I can use this again to create a new composition from footage, or I can just create a new composition. So I'm just going to do a new composition. I'm going to use the previous JBD format, 2000 and 1000 height. And I'm also going to change the background here. Let's make it white. And let's say OK. And that's going to be my new composition here. I can, again, use the scroll wheel to scroll and zoom in, zoom out. You can also hold the scroll wheel, press the scroll wheel if you want to pan. So you can navigate, you can make it fit. And once you're ready, we can bring now all this stuff inside the composition. So I'm going to select all of those, clicking and dragging with the left mouse, or holding Control or holding Shift will get me the selection of all of these files. And I'm going to bring them directly into the composition or into the timeline. Now I'm going to go for the composition. So if I do this, you can see they're all going to be with the same length of the composition, which is right now is 30 seconds. And now they're too big, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit to see them. And some of these are like bigger, some of these are smaller. You can tell by the size. So I'm just going to delete the smaller one. I want all of them the same size. I can also select from here, holding Control or holding Shift. I can go from here to the first layer to the last layer, and I can select all of them. Now I can also click on one single layer like this, and if I double click, it's gonna open the layer panel. Now you can see that double clicking from here is different from double clicking from here, because this is a layer inside my composition. If I click here, the same image, which is this one here, double click, you can see this is a footage. So footage is kind of like the original file from here. Layer is something that it's inside my composition, and it's a little bit different. You can see that. Let me just close here the flow chart. So this is the general composition. This is your layer. This is your footage. And here you see you have this extra timeline in which you can define an in point or out point, which means when the image is going to appear and when it's going to be disappear from the composition timeline. Now we're going to come back here in just a minute. Just going to go back to the composition. Since these images are too big for my composition, what I want to do is click here and scale them. But I don't want to scale one by one. I want to select all of them. So I'm going to click and drag with the left mouse, or just hold Control or Shift and select all of those. And then, just as we did in the previous video, I'm going to click here and I'm going to make them smaller. I can hold Shift again to maintain the proportions. And there we go. So I want to place them inside my Canva. So let's feed up again 100% of the space. So we have a lot of space. And so basically, I can now move them around. So if I select, if I press ask, and then click on the first one and move it, and then click on the second and move it, I can also select it from the timeline. So I can create like a randomized positioning for these images, or I can be more organized. Now, if I want to align them, there are also some alignment tools. So if I select here, also holding Shift or Control, I can select the images in the space. Well, in this case, I need to select them with the Shift key. So once I have selected the ones that I want to align, I can go in the Align panel right here. And I can work with the selection, or I can work with the overall composition. So if I work with the selection, this is the selection right here. So if I align them like this,